Right guys, let's take a closer look at the Rapsodo and its features. So the MLM2PRO. Let's load up the app. Okay, so we're loading it up here. I think first and foremost we need to discuss potentially what you get in the basic package and then what you also get in the premium package. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to sort of like jump between screens. I'll be pressing the buttons and the screens will be moving accordingly. So I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'll try and explain what I'm doing. I'm going to click on profile straight away. It loads up my profile. I'm going to click on account and it says view membership options. So straight away I'm going to click on those membership options and it puts me through to this page here. Okay, so this is now loading up what my possibilities, different forms of membership that they have. So I've already have an account, so it should just fly through this screen here. There you go, and it has done. And now all I need to do is select a country of origin. So obviously I'm going to scroll down to the United Kingdom, just to give us the pricing for UK. Okay, so you can see dollars there. Now it's just jumped to pounds. Okay, so at this point here, I would say that I was a little bit frustrated because on initial testing for this, when the rep came around, I would have sworn that I was told that for the first year membership was included. However, since then I've looked into it. Unfortunately, it's a 45-day trial that you get. However, I have seen all premium features working, so I will take up a membership. However, I think it's worth talking about the two types of membership here. You can see that the yearly membership is $165.99, okay, and you can see the lifetime membership is $475. So at this point, I think if I was on the Martin Lewis show, he would be telling you that the $475 is certainly the way to go, providing that you can afford it, because obviously it would make financial sense to do so. Let's actually go now and look at the difference between the two forms of membership, what you get. What you get for your money, really. So when you get the unit, if you don't want to spend any money at all, what I would tell you initially as well is it is a radar tracker. So you can go out, you can have your practice sessions like I've got here, because I haven't paid for anything here, so I thought it would be best to provide a review straight off the bat showing you the basic functions. And these were the two sessions that I done. So I did one out on the driving range, which is the bottom one, and then you can see I then done one in the net to back up. And the reason I did two sessions was I wanted to see whether there was any great difference between the numbers practicing out on the driving range and then practicing in the net, to see whether there was a disparity between the two. So let's have a little look at those sessions and some of the numbers of those sessions now. No, but before we do that, let's have a quick look at play. So let's talk about the difference in the premium. So as I just said, you get practice. If you go premium, you get the combines. So what are combines? Combines, let's have a little look. It tells you need to view your membership options, but I'll tell you what combines are. Combines is you set the parameters. It can be it's a practice mode facility, so you may want to hit, I don't know, 20 shots at 150 yards. So it gives you very focused practice. Courses is quite self-explanatory. That is simulator. That gives you the access to the 30,000 courses. Driving range, that's like a on-screen driving range facility. Again, if you're using it as a simulator, you might want to have that on the screen, and it really gives you that feeling sensation that you're out hitting balls on the driving range. Speed test. Okay, so speed test is about super speed golf, and you can work on trying to increase your club head speed, so you can work with that. And then you've also got target range as well. So target range being that you potentially might set yourself, I don't know, 100 yards, 150 yards, 250 yards, and it's a target range. You're hitting a certain amount of shots to it, trying to gain points, so it becomes a game. So you can see that for the premium features, Rapsodo really does come to life. Okay, but, and again, I will say it again, but in its basic format, it does a hell of a lot. So let's go back and have a little look at what it done for me for those two practice sessions. So we'll pick the range shot to begin with. We'll click on it. let's pick one of, so we got, if you look at the top here, you can see the different lines on the screen, and it shows you the different clubs. So I was hitting driver, 7-iron and 8-iron. The nice thing for me to be able to see there is that you can clearly see that in the sequencing, you know, the driver is going the furthest, and then the 7-iron is going the second, and then the 8-iron obviously the third. And you can see that how between the sort of the splatter pattern on the screen, that you can see that my 7 and 8-iron do entwine at different times, which they potentially should do, because you wouldn't want to see suddenly there's a massive gap between them. Otherwise I've got an issue in my bag, which could be many things. It could be that the loft on my 7 or 8-iron has changed and it's weakened, so that it creates too much of a space, and I would be able to see that through the testing. I would also have to analyse the numbers to make sure that suddenly I hadn't hit a really bad batch of 8-irons, but it would give me that data. Let's have a look at one of my shots here though. So we're going to look at this driver here. We're going to click on the video camera button here down at the bottom. It's the second one in. Okay, and what it loads up, this loads up that actual shot at that time. So this was me out in the driving range, and I'll let you watch it through. Traces the ball out there, so you can clearly see, if you look at the top of the screen now, carry 250.6, club head speed 102.4, total distance 270.4, smash factor 1.47. I'll discuss smash factor a little bit later. Okay, I'm trying to cover quite a lot of bases here. They're interesting stats. However, they might not be something that you're interested in. Okay, so let's have a look at what some of the data parameters could be. So you can change those metrics. So bottom left hand corner here, you've got 3 little dots, 3 little lines. Click on that, change the metrics. So if I change the metrics, now it brings up this screen here. You can see that we have 4 metrics as the option to be able to view at any one time. I've selected carry, club speed, smash factor, total distance. However, what I might want is, you know, I might want to look, I might not want smash factor, I might want ball speed. Okay, so if I change one of those out, click on save, okay, what you're going to see here, you see that fourth column at the top right hand, in the top right of the screen, has now shown you how quick the ball speed was. So it's 150.4. For those of you who know how to work smash factor out, it is ball speed divided by club speed, which will give you your smash factor anyway. Okay, so some people it's whatever metrics you like to choose. Now let's go out of this for a second. Okay, so you know, there were, let's have a look at those metrics again. So what did we have? 1, 2, 3. We've got 11 metrics there as a possibility of things that you may use. Okay, so I think when you're practicing, depending on what you're practicing, you know, shot type, dispersion could be one of them. You know, it's telling you whether the shot's going left or right. You will select those according to what you're trying to work on in your practice session. But remember, this is the basic package, and you're getting a hell of a lot of option here in the basic package as a launch monitor. However, when you go premium, they do add metrics. So I'm going to come out of this for a second. I'm going to go to the net section. I think this is how I saw it. Change metrics. Okay. Right, you've got 2 little lock keys there. You can see two little locks next to a couple of metrics. So we have spin rate and spin axis. Now spin rate would be really apparent for someone if they were potentially, if you could be looking at working on your driver. Okay, so you might find that your driver's spinning at 3,500, so it'll be spinning too much. So that means that you'll be losing distance. So that would be a real sort of important metric at that point. If you was a club fitter, spin rate would be really important, because you're looking to try and reduce potentially someone's spin numbers. I think a good fitter could improve you without those numbers, because they would be able to improve overall distance, which in itself would be a catalyst of reducing spin rate. But I think as a customer, I think it's good to be able to show the customer what you're doing, and it gives them a better understanding. So I think it is something that you would see more of a fitter using, or you could use it in a lesson situation where you're trying to improve someone's driver. It might be that you want to look at the cog system of the driver. So as a fitter or as a coach at that point, spin rate may be a number that is really, really important to you. However, as I say, you do get 2 more metrics of numbers. Okay, so it takes the total metric of numbers up to 13, which is an unbelievable number of metrics for a unit at this price point. Okay, let's get out of this for a second. Okay, so you can see here that I hit quite a lot of shots, and if you actually look at the data, there's not massive fluctuations between it, you know, and just look at like clubbed speed. Let's go for the 7-iron here, you know, let's look at that as a collective. I'm looking at the quickest 95 and the slowest being, what am I looking at, 88, I think it's 88. Okay, so I distinctively did try and actually hit it harder, so that was what I was trying to see, if it was picking up the differences, and then I was fluctuating my swing at different times. But generally speaking, you can see that when I'm hitting it flat out, I'm pretty much around the 88 to 90 mark on my swing speed. Okay, so it's accurate. Okay, so straight off the bat, I would say it's accurate. What I didn't mention earlier, when I was in the net, I did use the balls that were supplied, so they had the little dots on. So because what I wanted to do was try and give myself the opportunity to have the best amount of data possible. Interestingly, again, so we've got the net screen up at this moment in time that you're looking at. You can see on the screen here, if you look at the line that's at the top, the black line, you can see the aqua blue and the purple. You can clearly see that for the net I was hitting a 7 and a 6-iron. You can clearly see that the 6-iron went further than the 7-iron. Okay, so it's fascinating that you get this much data this quickly, and I think that, you know, I've used this unit on 2 occasions. Okay, no more than an hour at a time at this moment in time. I would say collectively probably for an hour. Okay, however, I think it's very user friendly. You don't feel like you are gonna break the system. I think you can flick between screens very easily. I feel very comfortable moving between the different screens, my general thought process at this moment in time is it is going to be a valid asset to my practicing arsenal, for want of a better phrase. So, what do I think so far? Let's try and sort of captivate this into a nice, neat bundle. I think it's a fantastic bit of kit. As I said to you earlier, I was disappointed that I didn't have the year's opportunity. However, I've seen it once in full use, and I was blown away by it. I've had that opportunity, you know, that sourness that I felt to begin with has settled, and I'm very happy with what I've got in the basic function. So if I didn't want to spend any more money, I'm very happy with how it could help me and move my goal forwards. However, I'm extremely excited by those premium features. So that's our first video on Rapsodo MLM2PRO in the basic function. So I think our overview so far is it's as good as our initial thought process. But watch this space, we'll bring you some more. Cheers.